Welcome to Just 2020. This is all about my occipital nerve block. So if you don't know what occipital nerve block is, it's a bunch of needles that are like dental freezing, and I am getting them to help with my migraines and my headaches. So welcome to Just 2020. I'm sitting in the parking lot of the hospital. Just got my needles. Starting to feel fantastic. I actually look forward to them and love them. And wish I could get them all the time. So, yeah, there's lots of people. It's fantastic. I have been going once a month for about 8 months now. And the very first time I got them, I was like so happy. It was crazy. It was weird. It was funny. I've been getting Botox as well, so we'll do a video on that next week because I get my Botox next week. And I've been doing that for about 2.5 years. So anyways, occipital nerve block is like dental freezing. I've got 4 needles worth. I don't know how many cc that was. You can see I'm lumpy bumpy. I have gotten 4 here. Quite often they put them in here too. But this time he just put a bunch here. So that he does kind of switch it up and to see what works best, but they do spread. So it feels like when you get your dentist to freeze your teeth, it takes a while and then it goes numb. And it lasts a few hours. Each time I get it done, it seems to last a little longer. I don't want to really put the people in the background. They're not really voluntary in it. I get them here to help with the tension headaches, and the migraine headaches are on this side, and the sinus headaches. So some of my nose even freezes sometimes, and my eye feels kind of funny, and it's kind of awesome actually because it reduces the pain for the time period that it's frozen. So it's fantastic. I love it. I get them a huge amount, 1 needle for each, which is the occipital nerve block, which does feed the migraines. So that's why it's called occipital nerve block, because that is the main one that they do. And then they do, depending on what your issues are. I have a neck injury and a shoulder injury. So they do extra along my neck and shoulder for those muscles, because those muscles, when they are experiencing too much pain, which they're always in pain, but when it becomes extreme, it does feed the migraine and create migraines itself. And I do have headaches every day probably because of that. Because of anything and everything that can trigger them, that triggers for me. So I am careful of what I eat. I don't have nuts. I don't have MSG. MSG kills me. There's 3 days where I just wish I were dead, or could, like my younger sister said, just take an ice pick and take that part of the head off, because nobody needs to feel that much pain, and if it hurts that much, just doing that ice pick to get rid of it couldn't be any worse. It couldn't hurt any more than it already does. And I get the vomiting from the MSGs and all of that. So I've been doing this for about 8 months, and I absolutely, truly am loving it. I get temporary relief from the headaches. It still feels like a too tight of a hat, or the pressure is still there, or there's new pressure from the needles, depending on where they've decided to do them this time. But last time I got it done, I actually hit 2 out of 5 for my migraine pain level, and I haven't had a 2 out of 5, 5 being the worst, 0 being nothing. I haven't hit a 2 out of 5 the whole time that I've been getting treated by the neurologist for 3 years. So that was absolutely fantastic. I mean, the headache's still there. You know it's there, but you can actually think and function, and that's not your main focus. And I haven't felt that way for a long time. And that's just my normal headache. That's not even my migraines. Okay? So I get the migraines on top of that. And I never realized how much, because it was incremental that they came on, and I never realized how, you know, it affects you, but you don't realize how badly or how much until you look back and think, how long has it been since I actually felt good? Felt that pain wasn't my main focus and trying to ignore or deal with or function in spite of. And let's see, it's 2019. I know I've had a headache every day since 2008. So it's 11 years that I know it, and that I knew it was every day, all of the time. So if you're experiencing migraines and headaches constantly, then I suggest you write down your pain levels, what you're eating, your sleep patterns, how bad the headache is, anything that you think it might be a trigger, the weather, if you're driving, bright lights, what you've been doing to try to make your way through it, because I was taking way too many over-the-counter pain medications, so that actually made more problems. I'm not fixed. It's not getting better as quickly as my neurologist even thought it would or should, but I'm not even at a tenth of the over-the-counter pain medications that I used to take. And I'm not wanting to take some of the other addictive pills and medications, so I recommend you talk over your options. And a lot of people experience headaches, and there's a lot of different triggers and issues, and I tried depression medication, I tried everything pretty much that they offered except the addictive pain killers. And there was one there was one medication that I didn't take. I chose the Botox instead because the side effects of it, I was already bad for, being tired, being slow, bad memory, bad issues. We have seizures in the family, so I was afraid, because they said if you go off of it, it was actually an anti-seizure medication, which it might work too. I don't know. We might still have to try it. But if they said if you went off of it too fast, then you could start having the seizures. So I was kind of thinking that the side effects were not worth it, because there was such a high volume of people affected by those side effects, and I already had those side effects, so I knew I wasn't functioning as it was with what I was dealing with. So the possibility of adding more side effects and worsening the ones that I had. So I chose the Botox, and I think I should do a whole video on that next week. Next Wednesday is when I'll get it done. So today's Tuesday, and I suggest you wear black, because if you're a bleeder, especially if you're taking a lot of those over-the-counter painkillers, it does swell up. Let's see, can you see it? It's already coming down. Yeah, it's already, the swelling's coming down, but you can still see it here. I think I kind of have a permanent one there sometimes from the Botox or the. It lasts 4 to 6 hours. So the pain relieving effects. So be careful around machinery and people, because you're not going to feel it if they hit you. If you You know, yeah, that, like the dentist, it's a different feeling. It really does, it's very interesting. And now that I've been getting them for quite a while, oh, please don't hit me, lady. Wow, you're perking a little close. Yeah, awesome, but not really. Yeah, so it, you know, if someone hits you in the head, you might not feel it as much as you should to know that you got hit hard. So I didn't go to work after I got it done because I was kind of worried that something could happen and I might not respond properly. But nowadays I probably, maybe, might work it. You never know. But, yeah, it's a fantastic feeling. Last time I got it done, I actually went Christmas shopping and could concentrate on Christmas shopping. It was fantastic. I actually was like happier than the moon because I felt okay for once. It was like the greatest thing to realize that I can actually feel okay. Even if just that 1 hour I never thought of my headache and I was just happily shopping. To not be thinking of my pain and wishing it was gone and saying, okay, I'm just going to get through this and we'll be okay. Just not having that steal my focus for an hour was the most fantastic thing ever. And it didn't last as long as I would love it to. And it's not fixing everything. But I'm allowed 18 of these a year. But my neurologist is only doing 1 a month. And I'm like, come on, fit me in more. But that's their schedule. He's busy. He's very high up in the neurological department. He teaches. He helps people. He does a lot. So I got pretty high up for help, which is fantastic. But yeah, it's helping. It's made a difference. The more often I get it, the more it helps. Oh, I probably should have said this at the very beginning. The whole point of it, yeah, we should put this in the beginning. The whole point of it is to turn the nerves off. My nerves have been on in pain for over 11 years, every day, and then before that, regularly. So they're in pain all the time. So this teaches them that they can turn off again. Because if you get in the habit of doing things all the time, your body sometimes doesn't know that the nerve pain doesn't have to be sending the signal of pain. So it's teaching my nerves to turn off the pain signal, even if only for an hour, or send less high amounts of the pain level so that my body can learn to handle what pain I have. Well, I've kind of learned that by having to do that all the time and putting up with it. So my pain tolerance is like poof compared to what it used to be, and what a lot of people I know. Oh, it doesn't even move the same. It's kind of funny because it's swollen still. It's kind of funny. But it's every time I get it, it gets better. Where I live, I actually get it free, up to 18 times a year. So if you can get it free, give it a try. It's totally worth it. If you don't like needles, well, you're gonna have to get over that, because that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, a lot of needles, injection points. But it's totally worth it. It's totally awesome to feel not horrible. It's totally awesome to know that I have people on my side trying to help. It's totally awesome to know that there is help available. So talk to people who suffer. Talk to people who have gotten help. Talk to people that can help you, because there is hope to have a better day. and I'm just loving it. It's fantastic. I can't believe that this is available and I can actually feel better, even if only for a few hours. Tomorrow I'll make up for it, because I'll probably overdo it as usual when I actually feel decent. But to just feel okay is something I've been dreaming of feeling for over 5 years, 10 years. A lot of days it feels hopeless and I'm helpless, and the pain makes you wish you were dead, because you just can't handle that intensity, and it's just awful. Chronic pain sucks, but have hope and seek help. And if you want to know more, leave a comment below. If you're interested in just finding out more, you can follow me here and hit the bell to tell you whenever I post anything more. You can check me out on Instagram. You can check me out on my podcasts. You can check me out on WordPress under Just 2020. All of them are under Just 2020. GYST 2020. Or Get Your Shit Together by 2020. So I'm getting my therapy, and this is self-care, and I am worth it to spend the time to get these needles. And it doesn't take long for them to do it. I was amazed. It took forever to finally get the medical team on board to get me the help I need. But you have to go through all of those options and try to see what works for you, because there's so many reasons that you could be suffering. But if you can find your help without having to go this far, then totally. I plan to share a lot of my tips and tricks on helping with my headache, helping with how people don't really understand if they haven't been through it. So to deal with other people, to deal with what you're going through, to have support and know there's other people out there. Join me. Get in touch with people who you know are on your side. Yeah, there's people in the background. I don't want to, have all the people showing that are at the hospital, because they don't need to be. They probably don't want you to know. But you don't have to suffer in silence. You don't have to suffer alone. You don't have to isolate. You don't have to, it's totally changed my life, unfortunately, and it's totally cut me off from a lot of things. And some people too. But today shows that I can get occipital nerve blocks and actually feel better for a little while, which is fantastic. So I'm going to go visit my daddy. Although they said it's freezing rain, so maybe not. Might have to do that tomorrow. I don't want freezing rain. Yeah, maybe I should just go home. But I kind of want to just do something fun and do some good stuff, because I actually feel okay. And you can too. So follow, comment below, ask questions if you have questions. This is occipital nerve block. And this is done by a neurologist. I actually have the head of neurology of the area, which is fantastic. And once in a while he teaches some of the students or other neurologists, and they open clinics, so it's becoming more widespread. There are pain clinics that do this. So it might, if it's not from migraines, then if you have like shoulder pain or chronic pain, they sometimes will make it available to you that way. So just research it, look it up, see if it's for you. It's not for everybody, but I'm loving it. And yeah, sorry about all the wobblies. I don't have my tripod or my selfie stick, but sitting in my car, and my neck will actually crack and feel better. And it's amazing because it's fully settled in, and it's pressure, and it's still uncomfortable, But yet on the other hand, it feels amazingly better than what I've been going through. And for the next few days, when I wash my hair or touch my hair, it'll feel a bit weird because the more you do it, the more it adds up, the more it lasts longer, and the more it works to help your nerves not constantly send that pain signal. So they learn to lower the pain signal and learn to turn off. And yeah, it's kind of cool that I can brush my hair again without feeling like I'm ripping my hair out. So that's been a few months of that, where I actually can brush my hair and it doesn't feel like I'm ripping it out. Right now I can feel this more, but this doesn't feel. It feels weird. Yeah, it's kind of funny. It's weird. You know, when you go to the dentist and it feels funny. Yeah, that's very similar. So, occipital nerve block is totally worth it, and just 2020 is totally worth it. And taking care of yourself is totally worth it. Very important. And it's necessary. So ask for the help you need. Send me a comment. Follow me. You can sign up for my email. You can contact me. I'm good with that if you have questions or want help or want more videos on what's working for me and what I've tried and what hasn't worked. But, yeah. I gotta go for a drive now. Takes me an hour to get, 45 minutes, an hour, and all that fun stuff to get here. But it's totally worth it. Even if I start and I feel horrible before I go in, I feel better coming out. And I actually get excited and happy about these now. I wish I could do this every week. I'd do it every day if they told me I could. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Happy gisting. And this is my happy occipital nerve block day.